What's up guys, it's Ben and Parts here. Welcome back to another episode of this Cryptid Cast series where we break down cryptids, their sightings, their possibilities, what they could or couldn't be and if they could be real or not. And today we're going to cover the Tote-Road Shagamaw, a very bizarre lumberjack cryptid found in Maine. I thought I would cover another lumberjack cryptid because they're incredibly fun, they're incredibly interesting, and sometimes it just makes you smile. At one time it was said the Tote-Road Shagamaw was common on the Allagash waters, and it's still said to be reported from New Brunswick, according to Henry H. Treon's Fearsome Critters. And it's meant to be very forbidding looking, in the words of the book, but shy and quite harmless. So, what is the Tote-Road Shagamaw? Well, it's pretty much a puzzle. No one seems to have any idea of the origin story. There's no backstory, there's no clues, there's no nothing. It's said that the front legs end in bear paws and the rear ones have moose hooves, and it always walks erect, sometimes using the front pair, sometimes using the rear legs, and they bizarrely change from bear to moose tracks, and that occurs every 20 chains. I'm not sure why they change, I'm not sure what the context is, all we know is that they change. And this shift in the trail, can't imagine why, has dumbfounded, allegedly, many inexperienced woodsman and trapper. And the beast is described as imitative, of a, quote, low mental stature, and it's believed that it makes this regular swap either, quote, from watching surveyors, or because it can only count up to 440. I mean, there's an awful lot to unpack here in and of itself. It's a stupid beast because it could only count up to 440. I mean, I've read that chickens can count and have a basic sense of numbers, and I know my Ethel, I know my pet chicken, she can sure as hell count how much food she gets, trust me. But I don't know if an animal can count up to 440. I don't know if it can. So the fact that Mr. Treon describes this creature as being of a low mental stature and because it can't count up to 440 is incredibly amusing to me. And the usual beat of this creature is said to be along tote roads. It's usually said to hang out there, and it's said to eat mittens, rubbers, and corked boots. In other words, if you're walking down this road and you're wearing your nice mittens your aunt's given you, and you're wearing a nice rubber raincoat, and you're wearing your nice boots, and you've got your nice umbrella, you might want to be careful because the Tote-Road Shagamaw might dive out and and all your new clothes are absolutely gone. It's not specifically said if it actually eats them off the person because it seems to be a reclusive creature, but what is mentioned is that it eats, quote, forgotten or discarded apparel. So I'm getting the impression that it doesn't actually eat the clothes off of the person, it eats them if they're discarded. But either way, isn't that a fascinating notion that you could walk away and leave maybe your raincoat there and your boots there by mistake or just for a minute, and you come back and they're bitten through? I mean, how does it process these things in its stomach? How did it evolve and originate to require mittens, rubbers and corked boots? No wonder this creature's backstory is a mystery. I can't work it out, and I'm sure that if it was ever proved by science, scientists sure as hell couldn't work it out either. But what do you guys think? Have any of you ever seen one? Do you have any family stories of people who've seen one? Do you know of any folklore? Please do drop that in the comment section below, that would be great to read, and stay tuned for the next episode.